still from Madison, and now would help school gardening, but also just generally gardening with teachers. As I said before, parents' support is really important. That at the a church school where the teachers teachers have different subjects, and then for one subject they come out, they have to do the garden lesson. It's a really big help if parents are there to help. Also, maybe not when this garden lesson is, but outside of that time, especially in weeding, because weeds, especially in fall, they really take over the garden, and if we don't get this problem in check over the winter, then in spring it's really hard to start again, and it doesn't. Are we in control of the weeds, or are the weeds taking over? Yeah. With the Gemüse Academy, we don't have this the students in the planning of the garden year, except for their own small plots. I saw this last year. Planning, they made plant everything, and I think they should they deliver them, plant them, but we could also differentiate activities. What I mean with that is to not do weeding every week and then maybe harvesting one week but try to find things you can do in a garden that the students, they get the most different things to experience. For example, like making the beds, we got the wood chips, and also the corn stalks and sunflower in fall. We chip them, and then we use them also as a mulch material, and using them is something, especially the boys, they really enjoy. And I try to focus on doing these things that I don't need to do myself, even though it would be much faster if I just do it. I try to do these things with the students, and then they get to experience just different things that is more fun for them. Another thing where I see that I lose a lot of time if I don't have this is routine. Starting from where we start now, we gather as a group close to the garden house. Just if I maybe change the location because now it's sunny and I would like to be in the shade, the students, they don't know where we're meeting now, and I just lose time because some students, they go somewhere else because they think we haven't started yet because we're starting at a different location. So having a very strict routine, the students know this would really help a lot. Also, for example, that they know before the garden time starts, they should go to the bathroom, and not that during the time they ask, oh, can I please go to the bathroom? I'm just training this with them. Before we start, go to that place, and then we can start. Another tip. Now they come from this acquainting agriculture. Another tip I thought would be interesting to try out is to reduce the group size, to maybe split the student group in half and have one group do some other school activity. Could feel a that, or kept the beds. Just try to do, because I don't really have in my mind, just by example. We as teachers, we don't really see what students are learning, but I think they are learning by example. And I was talking to my mother, from what I've shown, where was a motivation to produce vegetables, because we were family, but the kitchen's not using waste. yeah, so with the kitchen and what will be produced and how much, how often we should have, and that happening at Bogenhofen. I realized, or I experienced also that was a challenge there to raise the amount at the right, I think, and also when the children could, that, yeah, and I think we also, how to say, a good opportunity to the community can also see, ooh, this is valuable in their eyes. Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed you're learning, and I'm curious, is there more groups that you like how do we things that I think are very interesting, takeaways, what do you see as an opportunity, as a mechanism, and what would that be for us to start learning from each other instead of taking each other learn individually?
So, if I understand you right, to have some venue, some online platform share these things.
What do you see as opportunity to start classing together in a way that we can learn from each other, and what would that be if so?
Yeah. I already have this opportunity with this Gemüse Academy, with this program in Germany, but for me, I don't really have the time to go ask. Now, I kind of just try to do myself. I have some idea and then I try it. So maybe that's also the lot that that school gardens have, because the gardener is often someone who just tries his own. Good to encourage more of this. Something I don't really know if there is there. Well, this venue here where we can share thoughts. There's a much larger community, I think, in America. Yeah.
But would it be possible to ask neighbors if they would be willing to work together with the children in the garden? More adults helping you supervise the children, because that was always my challenge too, with the kids being in the garden with you all, and then not able to really be there for the kids, for you. Would that be a possibility to ask neighbors, and also then to give them, so they would be a win-win situation?
Yeah. That's also a focus of the Gemüse Academy, of this organization, to get this program. They're called Akka coaches, so they're supporting them in the garden, and we have some parents who do this, but people from the community, it would be a really big, how do you say, eine Überwindung. It would take courage to do that, because our community is not so open to the church school. The school is in a I know I lack the English word. In a neighborhood, like where families own property, so they would rather have this peace and quiet community. And now we have this school that is noisy. That the school garden would be one place where they can meet, because they know how to do gardening, and could be a help.
I was just thinking, I only have 2 kids. Also make a lot of and get something boring, like, but makes them super efficient, and then let's see if we can beat the clock, or like, and then I don't need to think about if they're both working on it, because they are both time. Have something exciting in the garden that we need to do afterwards, but we need to do 10 minutes reading. Boom, bye.
Yeah. yeah, I think that would be a really good idea to have a shorter time where they can see we are done with that. Then we have that time. Yeah, that they need to read, they can have it.
Another idea I had is do experiment different plants that are not known so much, like artichokes, like sweet potatoes, the stringy beans, different colors, like the white. Just have pictures of something different and see if they're, yeah, looking at pictures of different vegetables. If is anything that interests them that they would like to their plot, something that's totally special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. A hand back there.
Yes, I was wondering, maybe you can't remember. Are the students also involved with the cooking in the kitchen? Or do they have something around making something of the food?
That's a challenge. Our kitchen is like is state. It has a state registration, so they have these hygiene regulations. So children are not allowed in the kitchen. So there's a kitchen team that knows how things go, but the students should not go in the kitchen because that would make everything messy. And so that kind of makes a environment so the students can't really experience the whole process. We then use the church kitchen for classes. So there's some grades that have cooking classes, which also is not connected to the I don't really know, but just seeing our school has evening different departments, ministries, this same project that are not really connected as they could. That's something that I wish that we could improve. Yeah, and thank you for these ideas. Just seeing which connections that would blessing. You also had it, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see more, even in my own experience when I am with little children, that they would see, go to the garden. I'm not going because it's a duty, but because I love to be co-worker with God. God is the creator. I put the seed and he waters and he sends the sunshine, the rain and everything. And so, yeah, I believe it is important that the teacher himself is well in communion with God. He teaches the young children as it was presented in one presentation. Get to you know the concept of seeing first the work of God before we see our little work. Our little work is not much, but God's work is wonderful and great. And so it's a little theater where you see God working, and that's for me more important than doing things.
Yeah, yeah, and that God is really trying to teach us adults this. That, for example, when I have a bad day and I see this will be tough today, I just try to get this day over with. The students, they feel it, of course, and that makes the day even much harder because they lack seeing this in me, that I have this motivation, what I'm doing, and this is basically the most important thing, that I go in the garden with the students and I am motivated and they can see this motivation in me, and if this is lacking, then it motivate the students. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Another thing I was just thinking, when I hated going to school from like since I was little because there was no point. Like, what's the point? And I feel like many times why learn this in math? Why learn this in Danish or German or whichever language you speak? And why learn this in physics? I don't care how tall the bridge is. And when you
Yes? Oh, sorry, you were first. Um, whoever is connected to this thought can share.
For me is I have a problem myself with competition,
Mhm.
and so is there a way when you work with the children to get them to do something together, not against each other? Are there? Do you have ways to that they are also motivated but don't go in this competition mode?
I think that's a big challenge to find these ways. So I shared this one example with the competition, which I saw motivated them, but still we know that that's not the real motivation that will bring them forward. I'm still trying to find solutions.
The antidote to competition is collaboration.
Yeah, when they're harvesting for the harvest meal that we have together at the school, I think that's one common goal where they see we're doing this for something that we'll all enjoy together. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think you touched on that, the harvest meal. That you have the opportunity to make the harvest meal continuous in your classroom, where you have your microgreens or your plants, winter greens.
Mm-hmm.
They see them every day, and they have to tend them every day. And with the microgreen opportunity to not just tend them, but taste and really something we miss to do as parents to early introduce them to greens. It's really the basis of our health today.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for this idea. Yeah. Okay, a hand back there.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I really like your vision and the teaching that you're doing, and you're also thinking about how to improve your teaching, and you're very faithful to all the ideas, and it's very motivating to see.
Thank you.
You're so young,
Yeah.
so it's a blessing to see that you're so encouraged by yourself. And I know, of course, some days are and some days are in a less good mood, but it's so enthusiastic about this.
Thank you. But I should also share this thanks. My wife also works at the same school, and this is a really big motivation for me. I have a day where I don't feel so well. She motivates me, and she also works in a garden with her class, and just sharing the burden of this task is a really big blessing for us. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Okay. If there are no, then I would close now with prayer. Father in heaven, I want to thank you for this time that we had together. Think about, nature, let us tend and learn from. And I thank you also for these many opportunities that we have to let children learn from you, and ask that you help us to create school gardens into some place where children learn from you, and we don't hinder them, but we encourage them to learn, and ask you to help us to learn from our mistakes, and to be open that you can teach us. And I thank you for this in Jesus' name. Amen.